Yeah, the S drum, for example, can sit really much on the outside. That's enough to see this one, and there's just one red cable that goes here. I know that, but I still put that a little bit further down. What I definitely do later is I just close that gap, or I might just put a cable in there. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. If I put that here, and I have these three friends sitting here, that should be fine. Just in order to push those buttons, you know. And then I have that looper that just goes a little bit further there. So I might just put it, yeah, just fit that battery pack further in. Battery pack further in there. So that means it should be here about that. I'll be able to see the lights, and I'll be able to push the buttons too if the cable is in there, and then yeah, that should work way better. And then we have about this one here. So we need to go with, yeah, we'll fit that in a little bit easier, and I'll just refit those batteries here. And as you see, that Velcro is just super heavy duty stuff. But yeah, that should be fine now. So that should be fine. And on here there is just the ricochet, and the free sits here. So I need to even set that up. Put it a little bit outside here, and I touch them differently. So yeah, but apart from that, this first thing looks quite good. Cool. Yeah, looks pretty good from now on. So there is space, even though that's a little bit, it's not too much space, but that's fair enough. So if I put a second row of pedals there, should be pretty cool with that. It's usually just Strymons, which is great because then I have enough space for this part here. I think they overlap a little bit more. On the outside, so it's just a little too less space. But you never, like if you on the pedal board, like if you give space, you will just take it off somewhere else. It's just the law of pedal board building, I think. You just leave one space and you live with it. You just use it differently, and then the space is taken again. So, okay, one goes here. Then we have tank. I just need to double check which I used first, but I guess it was like that. I think there is one pedal missing in here, but anyway. So that goes right here. But yeah, it's just roughly how to use these things here. There's one pedal missing, that's the legs from Electroharmonics. That's the one that goes here in between these two friends. So I had it like that. So. And then there was this guy. Then there was this guy. This one just goes a little bit out further. You just need to make sure that you have enough space for the cables then in the end. But this looks pretty good. Also, I will fill the gap here just in order to make that good. I might even put in one more, just something else. I'm not sure yet. So, and then one last thing left here, and it should be one. I might even be able to put another pedal here. One more of these left, which I might just fit in somewhere below here. Yeah, I need to figure out what next. Yeah, as I said, sometimes it's just a thing with the plan, you know. No. Like that, because you need to get out of it here. Cool. So that sits right next to it. The flint sits right next to it. Sometimes I just have a fluffy thing in between, just to not scratch it too badly. I also have some distance pieces on the Strymon because it just has not the same size. I will do that. I will fit that later. But yeah, that looks quite cool. That goes here. I still have like 3 places left here, and I might be able to even get that vibrato going in here. Nice. Yeah, I always think I need to double check if I will use that thing here. Don't know. There's still this option. Don't know yet. I might just stick it up here. That's not a nice idea. It's a good idea, I think, because then I be able to use it like that, and I'll be able to use this one like that, this one like that, and just put the clock on top, which is actually pretty cool. I think so. Cool. Yeah, looks fucking good, I think. So take it from here. So after I just checked, I forgot the hot wax, so the ultra vibrato doesn't go on the pedal. It's even if it's a cheap pedal, but it still sounds good. But I have the vibrato in the Ola, which I still prefer the cheap version, but yeah, that's just the way I prefer the stuff. And I was just about to think that if I put these two pedals here, I can mount the clock here. That should work. Anyway, I will find a place for the clock. But apart from that, that's just a setup. So I can also put in some other stuff here. Maybe I just check if vibrato is still possible at some stage. But it could be that I can fit that in here. Would be actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, that should. I'm not sure if it's working, but it would be fucking cool if it does. And then I would just really stick the clock here. It sticks out a little bit, but that's fine. Cool. I just go a little bit further up there. Then I somehow like this. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So let that be the gap that I fill in the end. And in that case, oh yeah, it's getting way more heavy than before. Gap in between. And the perfect thing is that this battery, we covered it in Velcro, fits in perfectly. So that is actually then the battery for the Tascam for the recorder. And if I put that in here, it, as said, it fits in super great. So now you can turn on all the batteries from this side. So even though, so you'll be able to see all the lights here, which is really cool. I mean, if you have so many batteries, it just takes some time. And also, I found out that I would have space here for the Ultra Vibrato from, it's a Behringer thing, but I had the Boss VB2. It was fantastic and it sounded better than the Strymon Vibrato, but it actually sounds pretty equal to that one. So that's like a 15 euros pedal, like compared to all this thing. But it sounds great, and I already put some Velcro at the bottom, and also like the connectors, they fit greatly in here. And as there is no cable going from here, I can fit it to this, so there's even enough space for the cables here. For actually the cables on the other side, that should be fine too. And also I'm gonna cover that stuff here a little bit in Velcro. Again, my favorite word of today. And yeah, I also, as I told you, I have the clock, and it's perfect because the cable connector is here. And I will put that front, if I can ever take that shit off here. Oh, I will tape that on the actual tuner from Boss, because then you can see the time or the tuning. Perfect. And yeah, so you can see both things. Oh yeah, so I probably now go from there. That means I try to fill those gaps, I presume, or I'm not sure yet, because they all sit pretty well. What you also need to do, that's a tip of mine, like, well, not a tip, like this is, I totally recommend, whenever you fit something again on the board, and you just try to, I don't know, set up the pedal board new, always, you know, all the screws in. Oh, look, doesn't hold, so I need probably, no, this is too small here. But whenever you do that, you should also, oh god, as you see, I'm a musician, Oh yeah, so that's what you need to do with all the pedals, because that can go off. Yeah, so I already did that with all of them, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I did that with all the pedals here. And the next step will probably... I leave all the batteries in here. I take a picture, which is always good to have, just in order to, if you need it afterwards, you can always get back to that picture. Usually I print it out too with my printer, but I think I'm fine right now. So the next step would be, yeah, that fits pretty good. That's also pretty good. Yeah, so I try to put that a little bit, get that a little bit further there. So yeah. And now I just take that off again. I will connect that. I will connect it in the end. So now I go right to that. So the thing is, I need to connect all the power cables. So, and the thing, or the idea, I guess, is that I need space. I need space to get back with the cables in, like below here, and all the gaps are pretty full here, so I need to find a way how to do that here. It's very cool. I need to do that, so okay, I just flip that upside down, and then not that many. There is not much space to get out some cables. There is some, as you see, we got some space here.